aired out. The one and only Travis Payette with special guest Stephen Donahue, Greg Fremont, and now our ever lovely co-host Raylene Minier.
What is wrong with you?
The crowd goes wild.
What is wrong with you today?
It's Friday, Raylene.
Did you drink way too much coffee on National Coffee Day?
My God.
Good Lord.
Look at this dude.
Where do you come up with that music that you're playing at the front?
I'll break your legs if I have to tell you.
Good
So
Lord.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, at least you ditched the porno-like stuff.
That was a good morning when we started out.
For
one
someone.
morning, some porn music. I don't know how it got in there, but it did. And anyway, look at this dude sitting right next to you.
I know. It's super excited to have you in the house.
Happy to be here.
Damn, boy. And this was a surprise for me. I didn't know you were
For
coming
you,
in.
yeah. Raylene and I had planned it.
I knew what was going on,
God,
which
boy.
is pretty
Apparently,
typical.
she's the one who knows everything.
So this guy that is sitting next to Raylene right now was pretty much dead. A month ago?
August 19th.
Oh my God! Yeah, a month ago. A little bit, well, just a little bit more than a month ago.
Yep.
And you had you had a few people on your side. First and foremost, I would say God.
Yeah, the man upstairs.
And secondly, some really you were surrounded by some really good people, and I can't
Thank
wait.
God.
yeah. We're going to tell your story this morning. I think the last time we had you on was by phone,
By phone while I was in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
and we had a video of you because we were live on video too on our phones. I think we were just putting the audio on,
Right.
but the video of you. God.
Well, no, the video chat was the day before when you and I spoke.
Oh, okay.
And then the next day was just by phone. And you were razzing me about my hair from the day before.
Jesus. You looked like shit. I mean, you looked like pure. You looked like
Looked
a
like I had
bag.
been run over and jumped on.
You looked like a bag of smashed assholes.
Yep.
Do you believe
felt
that he
it.
would say this
I
stuff to
felt
you? Do you believe this?
Honest.
Why are you yelling?
I'm being honest. If the tables were turned,
Some
Raylene,
days I want to take those headphones and shove them right where the sun doesn't shine so you can hear yourself screaming.
if the tables were turned and it was me in that bed, do you think Travis would say,
Oh, yes.
you look great, buddy"?
Travis,
No.
Well, at first I would have lied to you and said you look great.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Just to boost you up before I tear you down.
But there is no way you would have gotten away with just laying there without any harassment. No way.
I would expect people to be honest with me and say you look like you've just been dragged through a hedge backwards.
Like you knocked on heaven's doors.
we would have to buy a wig to put it on him so his hair could be a mess.
I
Right,
don't need a
exactly, because he doesn't have any.
I don't need a wig. Look at this hat I'm wearing right now. I got this from Yipes the other day. Let's talk about Yipes for a second, Raylene. Look
Absolutely.
at this hat. Look at this hat.
I love it.
Can you see it all right?
Yes.
Can everyone see it?
Vermont Strong. Your Vermont
look,
Strong
look,
hat.
look.
It's a great hat. We love it.
Nice.
Yes,
$16 over at Yipes.
I know.
And they had a few left, but they make them and they sell them
Right, immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Go over
And they
there.
can make them up. Even if they're out of them, they make them right up easy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
go check them out. And right now they have all kinds of stuff going on down there. So, it's almost the W word. So we have to start thinking about what are we going to do to make our car cozy?
Yeah.
And what are we going to do to protect it?
Right.
So they are taking appointments right now for undercoatings,
Yep.
remote starts,
Yep.
heated seats,
Yep.
WeatherTech floor liners and mats.
Forgot about
all
the
of
heated
that
seats.
stuff.
The older you get, the more the heated seat thing sounds.
Oh, they are
You
amazing.
know, Travis is nodding. Yeah.
They're amazing. No car should be without them.
I
So
mean, when I sit down, when it's 20 below in the morning, and especially if you have like not cloth seats, but like vinyl seats or whatever. When I sit down in the morning, the last thing that I want cold is my nads. I want a nice warm seat. Travis, back me up here.
yeah.
Cold nads are almost as bad as cold feet in the morning. Those are two things, technically, that I really need warm in the morning.
Yeah, I never realized what I was missing until I got it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, I'll never buy a vehicle without heated seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I have my appointment to have my car undercoated on Tuesday over at Yipes. So I can't wait for them to do this.
Yeah, so give them a call. They're taking appointments right now,
Yep.
802-479-0055.
Yeah.
Or just swing in there to 441 North Main Street in Barrie.
God, there's so many people tuned in this morning watching. Holy shit.
Good morning, everyone.
They heard I was coming.
That's right.
Did you say something?
Celebrity status.
Did you post something that
I did.
No, I mentioned to
didn't.
a few people that I was going, so I can see that there's a few people who I'd mentioned to, and they must have spread the word.
Fly on the Wall Productions bringing you aired out this morning from live from Raylene's basement on Facebook and YouTube and streamed everywhere you get your podcasts and on the web at airedoutvt.com. Roger Hill is saying mostly cloudy today. 61.
Right. Maybe a little shower here or there.
All right.
But nothing horrible, and it'll go away as quickly as it came.
You know what I did this morning?
It's going to be a stellar next 5 days.
Wednesday, he's saying, Roger Hill's saying
80.
80. It's awesome. Shorts are coming back out, Raylene.
Oh, yay.
The women are they're waiting for Wednesday. They are. They're like, oh my God, can I get a glimpse of JD with his
For
shorts
wings, not for JD in shorts.
I mean, technically they're chicken wings. I mean,
There you go. Very true.
Very true. So you know what I did this morning? Driving in. Yeah, everyone should do this. It was 52 degrees. Roll the windows down. Bring them all down. All four of them. Bring them all down. Crank the music up. And just get that cool, fresh breeze.
That's why you were screaming. Your ears were still like.
No, I got a little.
You can't hear.
There's a little wax buildup in one of them. I keep going like this, But anyway, that's a great way to start the day. Windows down, just blast it up. Forget about everything.
And the seats on.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Stephen Donahue is going to be joining us shortly here.
Yes.
The Milk Bowl is this weekend.
But he has way more than just the Milk Bowl going on. He is also, so we know he's king of the road at Thunder Road, and now he's going for the championship at Riverside as well. So he's doing that. So tomorrow he will do the time trial laps at Thunder Road.
Yep.
Then he'll race like hell for Riverside, and he'll compete for the championship there. And then he'll come back and he'll race the Milk Bowl on Sunday. So crazy, crazy weekend for Steven.
Now,
And he's going to tell us all about it.
Yeah, has he won the Milk Bowl in the past?
No. And he has not, and he didn't take today off from work. I said, "What the hell were you thinking?"
Oh yeah, well, typical Donahue.
You know,
they don't understand just sitting around.
No, being idle.
Scratching the nads. They're always in gear. They're always moving forward. They always got something going on. National VFW Day today, so join us as we celebrate our beloved heroes of America. Give a toot and a wave at the very least when you drive by the any VFW today. We love our veterans. Also, it is National Free Coffee Day today, Raylene, right?
Yes, it is. Well, it's National Coffee Day.
Yes, but it's Free Coffee Day
at many locations.
Jiffy Marts, all towns. You get all town coffee, so stop in to
Dunkin' Donuts has some deals. Cumberland Farms has some deals. Starbucks has some deals. They're all posted on the page. If you want to know where you can get free coffee, which JD gets at my house every day.
Yeah.
Where you can get free coffee or a coffee deal. Just check out the page.
Yeah.
The list is there.
I got my my big one. I love nursing on this thing in the morning, putting it down. And look at the sticker I got on the side
I've
of it.
had 3 of those already.
Is Bobby Bartlett paying attention this morning?
Could be.
Look at that sticker right
Or
there.
he's laying around in his casket. One or the other.
Tell me about that. What's up with that?
Well, apparently you can get a like a yard type casket for a Halloween decoration for
Okay.
$50. But an actual casket costs $3,000. And if you're really worried about that, he can sell you a burial policy to help with the cost of being buried. Funeral cost.
I say, just is he seriously selling $50 caskets?
No, he's not selling $50. He's selling insurance policies to help you pay for the real thing, which is $3,000, not just $50.
I understand that, but I mean, if all I'm saying is, if he were to sell caskets for $50,
you'd be down there and first in line.
I'd buy one, and I'd say, "Look, Sherilyn, throw my ass in this thing, dig a 2-foot hole in the backyard, and be done with it." Really, that's what I would do.
You would?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are caskets really $3,000?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
They're even more expensive.
Funeral
than that.
expensive. Yeah, even more expensive. Exactly. You can get more expensive ones. Funeral costs
throw me
are
in the
not
wood stove.
funeral costs are not minimal by any means.
Put me in the wood stove.
And it's
get
something
some
that
heat
not
out
many
of it.
people want to talk about.
Oh,
It's
right.
tough.
Well,
It's
of
not
course.
something that you want to talk about. So a lot of people go unprepared because it's not something that they care to discuss.
Yeah.
Their,
Well, of course.
their funeral and their arrangements and all of that stuff.
Have you need to get over there and see his Halloween tree. It's outstanding. Over at State Farm. It's
You
amazing.
keep telling me that.
Amazing.
Yeah, I should.
Obviously, we're going to chat with Travis Payette this morning, who's our guest, who's sitting right here with us. But let's see if we can get Stephen Donahue on the line.
All
this
right,
morning.
you try it.
And he's working. He's driving this morning.
I think so, yes.
What the hell are you doing, bud?
I'm working.
Well, I know that. King of the road, bro. How's that feel?
Feels pretty cool, actually. It's setting in a little bit, and season's starting to wind down, so I can actually sit back and kind of enjoy it.
And why are you working today, bud? How come you're not just sitting there in a lawn chair looking at your car all day?
Oh, because I had this great idea of building a shop, and now I have to got to get it all insulated before this winter, so my dad and I will be on our backs underneath the race cars. We'll have a lift to use, so I got to get that all paid for.
Hey, tell us about your season at Thunder Road this year. You had quite the season, which is really no surprise.
Yeah, it was hectic to say the least. I'd say, with the way everything kind of just, I guess the best way to explain it would be kind of fell into our laps for running a full season. Didn't plan on it. We planned on going to try and defend our title at Growth and with Norm, and I decided I wanted to run Bill's car to try and defend Memorial Day, and we were really, really fast. I think if we had power steering that day, we would have been a little bit better. But
If there was a race that you could go back and redo this past summer, anywhere, Thunder Road or otherwise, where would it be and why?
Oh, that would definitely have to be Governor's Cup. We started in the back, and I got myself in trouble. And we had a good car, really good car, and I drove up to, I think, 6th. And I was just trying to get to the front as fast as I could. I wanted to not penalize myself more by having a bad night, and I pushed a little hard, put myself into the wall, and it moved our rear end over to where our trailing end was hitting a chunk of lead. So the car was not liking that, and we just ended up going, I don't know if it was 1 lap down or 2 laps down, but we ended up with a really bad points night because I was trying to, not overdrive, just trying to make the car do more than I really needed to at that point in time, and it bit us, and it took our pretty decent point lead and threw it down the crapper, so we ended up making it a lot closer than I would have liked. So I would have liked to have not messed it up for our team so bad that night.
What was Papa saying?
He liked telling me I'm getting close to the wall, and I always tell him, it's like, yeah, I know the wall's there. I got to make sure I know where it is so I don't hit it quite so much. So after that night, he's like, yeah, I think you hit the wall. I'm like, yeah, I hit the wall. He's like, I told you you get too close to it. So I had to listen to the old I told you so.
What was, and I think you do that very well when it comes to Papa. You don't really interject much. You just let him go.
Yeah, it's he's usually right because he's already been through this kind of thing with Dad and Bill, and now he's going through it with me, and we know better, but we really don't. He already knows what we probably should do. It's just hard to listen to him sometimes because I feel like I'm right, and usually I'm not.
If you had a race that stands out in your mind as being the best race of the past season, whether it's White Mountain, Thunder Road, anywhere, where would it be and why?
I'd say probably the best race was mid-season when we won. I've never really done good on double points. Really, I've always kind of hurt myself instead of help myself. And that night we were really good, and we just I think we had the best car that night, and everything worked out. We were able to pass Nick Sweet on the outside, which just felt really good because there's not very many people that pass Nick on the outside anytime. He's usually the one passing everybody. So just to have that one race to where I was able to drive by him on the outside felt really, really good.
All right. And you have not won a Milk Bowl yet. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So
Sunday's the day.
Yeah, you're jonesing for this one, man.
Yeah, I'm wanting it. We got a good car, so I mean, if possible, we just gonna have things go our way.
Do you think your time trials tomorrow are gonna go well enough?
I think it'll go well enough to qualify in on time if we need that. I just don't know if we'll be able to. Obviously, the goal is to start on the front row, and I was able to do it once. It's just not something I'm really that good at because I end up trying to make the car work harder than I should, and it actually hurts the time.
Right.
His dad has won Milk Bowl.
Yes, your dad has. How many has Dad won? Just one?
Dad's only won. Yeah, just one Milk Bowl in 2009.
It's going to be a big-ass crowd, bro. There's going to be a lot of people there on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm figuring there'll be the stands will be packed, and then I know with Flow, there'll be all kinds of people watching it on Flow. Mm-hmm. We're camping at the track, and there are a ton of campers up top and down bottom already this weekend, and that was just going in last night. That's not even people coming down today. How's
your hand doing since that fiery crash last summer?
It does most of the stuff I needed to do. It's probably not. Obviously, when you break something, it's never 100% right. It never goes back to fully of what it was, but it gets the job done, I guess, is the best way to put it. It worked. If I had been smarter and probably worked with it more and got the muscles working better when it was doing the physical therapy, I didn't want to do physical therapy because I wanted to get back to work, and now it kind of bit me in the ass.
Yeah. Does the middle finger still work?
Yeah, the middle finger still works.
Okay.
It's a little bit, half inch shorter than my left one now, but it still works.
My God, I remember. I don't know. It was like a week or two before that crash that you were on the air with me saying that's your biggest fear is to get to be in a car that's full of fire and not be able to get out fast enough. That was like your one big thing, man. You hate seeing the orange flames, and then right after that, you saw plenty of orange flames.
So it's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You jinxed him. Any angst about Sunday? Do you have any worries? Are you nervous, or are you just pumped and ready to go?
Come on, there's got to be somebody out there that you're a little nervous about. You're going to be watching extra carefully.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Nervous, excited about the race just because it's the Milk Bowl, and that's how I always get. And I love everything about it. Doing the drivers walk through the stands and pushing the cars out, and the whole theatrics that goes along with the Milk Bowl that Ken and Tom started. I love all of that. So the fact that Michaud and Pat Malone keep doing that is really, really cool to me. And the only thing I'm nervous about is the non-local, the ACT tour guys that have nothing to lose. They just got to show up for points to be full-time. They're a little bit rougher, I should say, than the local guys at Thunder Road. The local guys at Thunder Road have been pretty much the same group for 10 years, so we got a lot of racing time with each other, and when you get the Milk Bowl special event, you get a lot of people coming in. It's a whole different atmosphere of racing, I guess is the best way to put it, when them guys come in. But that's part of the Milk Bowl. That's how it's always been.
Is there someone out there who's going to be racing on Sunday who is not necessarily the biggest Stephen Donahue fan that you'll have your eyes on?
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes on. Smoke that bird. I'm going to have my eyes on Hayden Perry. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have plenty of people that don't like me, but I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I just hope I keep my temper in check more than I did last year at the Milk Bowl, and I don't get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the best way to put it.
You'll be all right.
I want to get him back right off. I don't think of a big picture when everyone's watching me after I just got wrecked. So.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. And
I think hopefully we're fast enough we ain't got to worry about it.
What number are you driving?
We're going to be the number 29 this weekend.
And you're going to do a special paint scheme. Are you telling about that, or are you waiting until the day to reveal it?
No, we're doing a throwback, but it's a special one to me for a number of different reasons. But unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until tomorrow morning when we roll the car out, protecting everything. We'll do an unveil, and it'll be all over Facebook.
Nice.
We'll
make sure to share
that.
it, Stephen. I can't wait to see.
It's a lot different than what I think people will expect. I'll put it that way.
Good.
My man, we're going to be watching you carefully. A lot of people are going to be. Drive carefully.
Rooting for you big time. My sister's going to be there watching, my dad, and I may try to pop up for a little bit there as well. But rooting for you as always. Be safe, have a blast, and get it.
Yeah, man.
Gonna try. Hopefully at the end of the day, I'll be kissing a cow, and we'll have the Bergamot and the Moore Chevy in victory lane.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Get some cow slobber on your face, brother.
Yeah.
We'll be rooting for you, man.
Get some rest today.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go to bed early tonight. I got a long day tomorrow. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Pace yourself this weekend, man. All right, buddy. Over and out.
Bye.
Bye.
Stephen Donahue. Whew. We gotta get on his car. We gotta get on his car.
I know we got to get our sticker on. So we were supposed to. They advertise for us. We advertise for them, and they always tag us as sponsors, aired out as sponsors, and that was all in the works. And then the flood happened, and so all of that went by the wayside. But we still do. That match is there for us. And
Sure.
super proud of that. And we got to just make sure that next year he's got our sticker on there too.
Yeah. Birthdays today, Raylene. Day number 29 of the month. We have Roger Giroux, Max Hausman, looks like Jolene Maxim, Charles Jensen, David Smith, Tracy Washburn, let's see, and Jane Stacy. All celebrating birthdays today.
Happy birthday, everybody.
So let's talk about Travis Payette. Let's talk some shit about him right now. Buddy, we had you on the air for a short time. I was so happy to see you at the Heritage Festival. You are among the living, my man.
Yeah.
You dropped from a heart attack August 19th. And you pretty much took a hard bounce off the ground, bro. This was not something where this wasn't a mild heart attack. This was you should have been dead heart attack. It was big time. What happened? You were in Massachusetts, right?
Correct. Yeah, I was down there doing a suicide prevention ride, and the guys I was with said we were going to head back to Vermont, and I told them, all right, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom before we leave, because it was a 2.5-hour ride back.
Yep.
The last thing I remember was walking into the bathroom and then woke up 4 days later. Just massive heart attack and keeled over right there in the bathroom.
Right in the stall.
In the stall, yep.
You know, when we hear Travis Payette, heart attack down in Massachusetts on a motorcycle ride, at least my reaction was, oh my God, he had a heart attack while he was on his bike. I mean, I think a lot of people freaked about that.
Well, apparently when I woke up, the first thing I asked was, where is my bike and who did I kill? Thinking I was in a motorcycle accident.
Right. Wow. So some girl heard the bang in the men's room,
Yep.
and someone saw your feet. What happened?
She was walking by the bathroom and the doors were propped open. And when she heard the noise, she turned and looked and she saw my feet kick out from underneath the stall door.
Right.
So she ran over and told her dad that she just saw somebody pass out in the bathroom. So he came over into the bathroom and kicked my feet a couple times to see what was going on, and there was no response. So he ripped the door off the stall to get into it because the door was locked. And then he dragged me out. And because I'm a diabetic, they thought it was something to do with my diabetes.
Wow.
There just happened to be firefighters and paramedics and a Marine Corps medic who were there at the same event. And the New York City firefighter was trying to give me juice or chocolate or whatever, thinking it was something to do with my diabetes.
Right.
And he said once I stopped breathing and my eyes rolled back, he knew at that point that it wasn't diabetes because I was doing the choppy breaths, taking the last few breaths.
Dude, you're giving me like goosebumps here just listening to this. Holy shit.
So then at that point, he proceeded to do CPR for 42 minutes.
Crazy.
And
this was your boy Queso?
No, that was Kaz.
All right.
My buddy Kaz. Queso and his wife assisted in the CPR as well. And the story I was told that once the actual paramedics showed up, they took over, and Queso pushed him out of the way because he said they were doing it wrong. And he continued to do it until they got me back with a pulse.
45 straight minutes.
Yep.
So they got the pulse back. They got you in the wagon on the way to the hospital and took over from there. They got your pulse back.
Yeah, and they put that big thumper machine on me to continue CPR all the way to the hospital.
Damn. So then what?
They brought me into the hospital and brought me into surgery and repaired my heart and put stents in it, and then it was just healing time.
So where was Samantha? Where was
She was back here in Vermont, unfortunately, and
Ooh.
nobody that I was with had her number. So they contacted my older brother, who had her number, and he contacted her to let her know what was going on.
Wow.
and they slightly exceeded the speed limit
I'm sure she exceeds the speed limit without an emergency.
by like
Right.
between 2 and 5 miles an hour over, I'm guessing, within that window, and flew down to Massachusetts. And had they already done the stent at that? I'm
Yep.
guessing.
Yeah, by the time they got there, I was just coming out of surgery. And then it was just waiting for a response. They weren't sure what kind of response they were going to get, being out for so long. Didn't have any neurological movement for a while. So they were questioning whether I would wake up completely.
Yeah.
So they had the whole family come down. My mother, my sisters, my nieces. Everybody ended up coming down, just in case.
Well, and being gone for 42 minutes, the fact that you can walk, talk, and you have use of all of your extremities and no long-term effects is crazy amazing.
Yeah, and the surgeon even said it, that he just weren't sure how I was, doing what I'm doing. He said, you're reacting and responding like everybody else should. He said, but he'd never seen somebody react that quick to coming out of it.
You're very lucky, very, very lucky. And
So-
we're all lucky to have you.
So you obviously you had people telling you what happened, and you had to process the fact that you're still on this earth.
Yeah, makes you look at stuff a little bit different.
Samantha says she was the next Stephen Donahue
Yeah.
on her trip to Massachusetts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
2 wheels.
And the best part is she went the wrong direction for 2 hours. So she had to turn around and go back the other way for 2 more hours.
Oh no! Oh goodness! I can't even imagine the angst that would make. Like how upset you would get yourself. Like, oh my god, I can't.
Yeah, my daughter from South Carolina called her and asked where she was going. And she told her she was going to the hospital. And she says, no, you're heading in the wrong direction. You're 2 hours away from the hospital.
Wow.
She must have said some choice words like "gosh, golly, gee."
Yeah, all them
Yeah.
all them fancy girl words.
Yeah.
So doctors are your doctor was saying to you, essentially, you shouldn't be with us.
Yeah. And he's not sure how I am, but somebody was looking out for me. Somebody said it weren't my time.
For sure.
And they didn't have to cut you open from end to end and put a big zipper in you and all that.
Nope, they went in through my wrist to put the stents in. So I just have little holes in my wrist.
Okay.
And the heart feels good. The chest is still painful.
So, how many ribs were broken?
9.
9 broken ribs.
And a cracked sternum. And that was all just from the CPR.
Yeah. Which happens often. That's actually one of the downsides to it, but it's worth it.
If you're not breaking ribs during CPR, you're not doing it right.
Probably not.
Wow.
Because that rib cage is made to protect your heart. So in
What-
order to get to it,
What have you said to these people when you've had a chance? like Queso and whatnot, who has literally saved your life, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to these guys a couple times a week. I went down to Massachusetts a couple weeks ago and presented that girl. She's a 14-year-old girl, and I say this girl was raised right
Yeah.
because she heard something out of the ordinary and reacted to it instead of being on her phone and walking away like a zombie.
Right, ignoring it. Mm-hmm.
Had it not started with her reacting that quickly, they never would have known I was in there. They never would have got me out of there. They never would have started CPR.
The other thing is how people react. This world is different now. People just don't want to get involved.
Yep.
They don't want to be in the mix of
Right. See something, say something. I mean, that's what we try to teach and try to do, but it doesn't happen often enough.
God, man.
Yep. But I went down and, I thanked the guy, Kaz. And I saw him that same day, and just a lot of emotions and thanking him, and Sam thanked him, and my children thanked him, and my brothers thanked him. And, he said, "You don't owe me nothing." And I told him, I owe you my life. It was super emotional for a lot of people that day. It was a good time.
I know a few of them. One of the guys that you were riding with that was along with you that is within the motorcycle group called, and he was like, damn, this is bad. He said, we made sure that Samantha has a hotel and she has what she needs, but make sure I stay in the loop and I know immediately if they need anything else, if they need to be there longer, we'll make sure. And just knowing that brotherhood was there for you made me feel better. Like I knew that you would be okay and Samantha would be okay, that they'd stay there with you.
Yeah, Bill Blandon. I mean, that guy, he stepped up, and as soon as they got me off scene in the ambulance, he passed a hat around with everybody, and they raised almost $1,500 to get hotel rooms for my whole family. In under 5 minutes. They raised $1,500.
Yeah. And Bill called me and he said, Raylene, if they need anything else, we'll make sure they have it.
And just to put it out there, Bill owns the local Subway, so frequent Subway as much as you can. Show this guy the love that he deserves.
Holy shit, man! What a story! Incredible.
Yeah.
And you've got how many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids.
Okay. I said to you at the Heritage Festival that it is absolutely impossible for you to continue going on and living your life, the rest of your life, through the same lens that you have been. You're going to look at everything differently now. Everything that you see, hear, experience, feel is going to be that much sweeter.
Yep.
Because you weren't supposed to have this. You weren't supposed to have any more beautiful moments, motorcycle rides, sunsets.
Well, apparently he was supposed to have, because here he is, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I say it every time I talk about it, that everything happened for a reason, and everybody was where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was supposed to stay here and play in a softball tournament.
Right.
But instead I chose to go down there. Had I stayed here, would I have had the medical expertise that I had around me when it happened? I don't know. And being that close to one of the greatest cardiac hospitals on the East Coast, I mean, I was 5 minutes away from them.
That's it. There, so how do I say this, Raylene? Help me out here. We have some people, some real gems in our community who we love. They're just really great people, exceptionally, extraordinarily good, just really good people in every fiber of who they are. And to think that, my God, I mean, just in a split second, I guess what I'm saying is we take so much for granted, and all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know about you, but I was like, oh my God, not Travis Payette.
We both pretty much freaked right out and felt it hard that was happening.
Because, dude, you're loved, man. I mean,
You mean a lot to a lot of people, and
you
we're
do.
super blessed. To
So
have you in
many
our lives,
people love
for
you.
sure.
You're just a good human being, and to think that we almost lost you, I mean, whew, wow.
What are your takeaways?
Like Samantha's saying right now, everyone should take a CPR course.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to say, because I'm CPR and AED certified. And, I recommend everybody take a class. And most fire departments in your local town will give you the CPR classes for free. The Red Cross does it. I'm not sure if they do it free, but they do CPR, they do AED, they do first aid training. I mean, get the training. The little bit of time that it takes you to do this could save a life.
Right.
It means the world to
Save
somebody.
your husband or your wife's life too.
Yeah, because those
your
guys,
kid.
those
Or your
guys
kid.
knew CPR. It was bigger than them doing CPR, because my whole family, all of my friends, still have me around because they took the time to learn how to do this.
Right. Yep, I agree. And there are classes all over the place all the time. If you can find them, and there should be more of them, but you can find them, and it's super important for many reasons.
It was a long while ago that I was certified in CPR, and I think it changed a little bit.
It's changed a lot.
5-to-1 or something like that ratio or whatever.
Yeah, now you don't even do any breathing at all. Now it's just compressions.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Zero breathing. It's just pump, 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 pump. And now with the AED, it kind of makes it a little bit easier, because you continue to pump, and then the AED can take over.
There's some really important things that we need to learn in life. From self-defense to learning how to speak the language of wherever it is that you live, to learning how to drive a car, learning how to be independent. I think I said learning how to.
But your most important will be to learn how to save a life.
That's the basic stuff. That's CPR, man.
Because there's nothing worse than not knowing what to do. You experienced this yourself. You and I had a discussion just like a month ago. You were out somewhere and somebody began choking, and everyone in the restaurant, including the staff, froze.
Yeah.
And the wife was screaming for help. The man was choking, and thankfully Charlene jumped up and administered the Heimlich. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. The guy was turning blue. He was not okay. It was a bad situation.
Yeah.
And no one moved. And mostly some of that's fear.
Yeah.
And some of that really, or the majority, is that they don't know what to do. You don't. And so learning that stuff is super important for many reasons, because there's nothing worse than having something happen, not knowing what to do, and knowing that that person lost their life, or, something horrible happened, and you could only watch. It's a horrible, horrible feeling.
There's some people that are just designed to be first responders and to react quickly and move quickly, think quickly, and do this. It's part of their regular makeup. But there's so many of us that that we may have a little bit of this knowledge. Maybe it's a certification or training, whatever, and then we put it in our pocket and we walk around and we carry through life. Maybe never having to act on that training,
which is great.
Yeah,
That's
right.
awesome that you never did.
But if you have to, you got to be able to react and respond quickly, and you have no preparation for this.
No.
None.
No.
Damn boy.
Nobody expects to. Hey, I'm going to go here and. I'm gonna
Were
do
you
CPR today.
feeling fine? Were you?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. It felt like I had just had heartburn, but I had had it for like a month or so, and I thought it was a heartburn because I went to the doctors and they did an EKG and a stress test and a dye test, and they said that everything looked fine. So I figured, it was just heartburn, and apparently it wasn't.
Yeah.
I was eating Tums and Rolaids like candy. And
Really?
I felt like crap that day.
So what are some of the this is going to be good lifestyle changes that you have to do? Come on now. Say it.
The good part is I'm not smoking cigars anymore, which is good. Haven't had the urge for it.
Here's one good thing about that. Now you don't smell like shit.
Yeah, I don't smell like nappy ass cigars.
Right. Go ahead.
Changing the diet, a lot less red meat, which it's good for the heart.
Are you a fish guy?
No, I don't
Gonna
like
be.
fish. Nope. It's turkey burgers
You have to be.
and vegetable burgers and horrible. But apparently it's good for me. But, I can eat red meat just in moderation now. It's not every day like it used to be. I gotta be good.
Yeah. What about a nice big old salmon steak, Bob?
I don't like fish. I've never liked fish.
Tuna fish steak, blackened.
No,
Some Cajun pepper
Never-
stuff on there.
No,
On the
I
grill.
do a lot of chicken
Lemon.
now, a lot of turkey, a lot of pork,
Okay.
just less red meat.
Okay. Let's talk about McDonald's.
He's such a touchable, isn't he?
That was my downfall. I had a weakness for McDonald's and Burger King because
Yeah.
my job consists of driving around, so it was like easy to pull in there and grab something to eat and go. So,
Yeah.
it's just not good.
Yeah.
It's not.
You look very good. You look like you've lost a few pounds.
I'm sure all that vegetables.
Yes.
It's got to be bad for you, but it's good for you.
If I was, man, if you were in a hospital that was close, and I was able to be at your bedside, this is really sad. I was in my kitchen doing some remodeling while this was all happening, the middle to end of August, and I was just thinking, in love, how much I love you. What I would say to you if I could come to your bedside, and I was going to come up to you and I was going to whisper in your ear, buddy, you're okay. You're alive. But they had to shave your whole head. You're bald.
Sam tried that. She tried getting the nurse.
Did?
She tried getting the nurse to cut my hair and say it had to be done due to the process.
Love you, Sam.
And the nurse told her no way. Which was fabulous. I appreciate the nurse,
The nurse
so much.
said no?
Yeah, the nurse said she couldn't do that.
She should have gone with it. Wow, dude.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
You're going to...
It's good to be
Damn.
around. I mean,
Yeah. Are you back to work yet?
no, not yet. They haven't cleared me. I get to go back in a couple more weeks.
Okay.
But I'm going stir crazy, staring at the walls.
I know, but don't push it. Take
Yeah.
the time that you need, you deserve, and don't push it. It just,
Watch the Aired Out podcast in the morning.
Oh, I do every day. That's my ritual. I sit there with a cup of coffee and I watch the air out every day.
Come on. Are you going to read a book this winter?
No.
Are you watching a TV show? You watching Yellowstone? What's going on?
Every once in a while, I'll watch some TV. I'm not a big TV guy.
Okay.
but
I do watch
you'll
some
find a
TV.
bike to paint or
Oh my
rebuild or
Well, it's only
you'll
a couple.
find
It's only a couple
something
more
to
weeks,
do.
so,
Right. Right. You'll find something to do.
You have not been on your motorcycle since this.
I actually did. Thursday, I went to bike night over at Gusto's. It was pretty good. I mean, it was good to get on the bike.
Yeah. You got to go easy,
The bumps hurt,
Yeah.
but riding it wasn't bad. But I don't know about taking long rides. It's just that short ride was okay.
Right.
Other than the bumps. And we all know how good the roads are, so.
Right.
Bro, you're a tough son of a bitch.
Well,
I try to be.
You really are.
we have you and Samantha have a Jeep miss to plan. So
Yeah, my dad always said if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough, so.
get on it. Let's get this stuff
will you-
planned up again. Jeep miss.
Yeah, will you tell us about the Jeep miss and everything? Will you get in on that?
Absolutely.
Raylene's already on board. I mean, you're the one that's always falling behind. But
Yeah.
Raylene's on. She was there last year.
They're going to get us all the information. They'll get us a
yeah.
flyer. It's going to be kick-ass again this year. We're
soon
going to
as
have
we-
even more Jeeps.
Last year we planned it, and we were hoping for 10 Jeeps, and we ended up with 22, and it was fabulous. It was a great.
It was
time.
great.
We all stood around and bullshitted. Everybody decorated their Jeeps. We went down to the Capitol. It was a good time.
Michael's been scheming all year what his Jeep's going to look like this year.
And that's what we do. We always plan trying to do the bigger.
Oh, I got to go get you something.
bigger.
Oh, well, you'll be here.
What is this all about with you?
That's Travis's.
Yeah. What is this?
Give it to him.
I'm gonna give it to him, but I want
It's
to
a
know.
Jeep
that-
thing.
Look
you,
at this,
can't,
everyone.
You can't just give it to me. You got to put it on the Jeep.
Why? Why rubber duckies?
I have no idea.
But
It's
that's
just a
a
Jeep thing.
special rubber ducky.
I've seen that one before. You've showed it a couple times on air.
Right.
Asking
But
that same
that's
question. Why
Travis's.
ducks? And
What the fuck is this all
I
about?
just don't know. I just don't know.
You don't do you stupid shit like putting this in your Jeep and then say I don't know why I do it, Travis.
I don't have the Jeep. Sam has the Jeep. I have a truck.
Yeah. But
They
give
do the
that
Jeep
to
thing.
them.
I mean, that's like
theirs.
the Jeep wave. They have that Jeep wave that
What's the Jeep wave?
everybody waves to each other when you own a
It's
Jeep
the same
Wrangler.
as a
motorcycle wave.
motorcycle.
Yeah, it's just that's their thing. And my granddaughter, when she's with us, she loves because Sam's got a whole box of box of ducks in the back of her Jeep. So every time we went apple picking this last weekend, and there was 3 Jeeps in the parking lot. So my granddaughter grabbed the 3 ducks and ran around and ducked all the Jeeps because she just loves doing it. And she
so
does
cute.
she does the same thing at the Jeep Miss. When people pull in, she has the box of ducks and she hands one to every Jeep. That
I got a Toyota Corolla. Can I get ducked?
You can
No,
ride with us.
he can piss on the tire. You got to call Craig. He's waiting
Let's
for
call him
you.
right now. Let's call him right now. Let's find out what the hell's going on over there. I know it's a very busy environment at Vermont Quick Lube.
Movers.
There he is right there. Craig Premont. Good morning, buddy.
Hey,
What's happening?
this is Chris. How are
hey,
you?
hey, Chris. Is Craig around?
No, this is Booska Movers. That's what I answered the phone as, and so I was a little confused there.
What's the name of the company?
We are Booska Movers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're on your website right now. We're looking at your product line. It's outstanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a service that you're looking for? Are you there, sir?
Oh boy.
Technical
He
difficulties.
told me to call that.
Jeez.
He told me to use that number.
That could have been a really dangerous.
Well,
Situation.
you know, it's not like you've never done that before.
'Cause I thought that- I
How
thought-
about let's try 47.
You dial it. Because I could have gotten myself I could have been arrested.
Oh
Yeah,
my
if
gosh.
you had spoke like you normally do, oh my goodness.
Well, I almost was, I
All right.
I almost took it to another level.
Well,
I'm glad I didn't.
that's what
Jeez.
that guy was like. He was being serious.
He was being,
so
well, I thought it was.
He was
prank.
all about business.
Yeah.
yeah, he.
Good morning, Craig. Craig?
Yes, sir. How are
Oh,
you?
thank
There,
God.
there we go.
Finally.
Good morning, pal. How are you?
JD just called the wrong number, and it was almost tragic.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. Nice one, JD.
Well, I thought it was you screwing around with me, pal.
That's your favorite guy? You don't even know my number? Man!
Wow. You know, when your producer gives you the wrong number.
Listen, I wrote down the number that I called before, and I told him to go ahead and call it. And it
Yeah,
was...
Raylene knows my number.
Huh?
I said Raylene got the right number. She knows how to get a hold of me.
Yeah. And, but, yeah.
Just
So
speak
who
up.
knows?
Just speak up a little bit into your phone, bud. You're pretty hard to hear this morning.
Hold on. Let me go to my office.
I was telling Raylene that this time of year, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about, all right, cold weather's coming. Obviously, everyone's talking about getting a new set of snow tires. And I hate to say this, but the snow is coming. But it's not just tires, man. It's like you can have beautiful tires on your car, but a shitty battery that's gonna crap out at the worst possible time. So you got to be thinking. We have so much to think about in the North Country when it comes to our vehicles in colder weather. It's the wiper blades. It's everything.
Oh, absolutely. I always tell my guests, the things that you really want to concentrate on spending your money on are your tires, your battery, and your oil. Those are your life sources of your vehicle. It's just like your body. You got to take care of your feet. You got to take care of your blood. It's really important, especially with the coolant in your vehicle right now. Coolant keeps your car cool in the summer and warm in the wintertime. So if your coolant is junk or contaminated, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do in the wintertime, and you're going to find yourself on the side of the road, and nobody wants that.
See, I already forgot about the coolant. I'm thinking oil, maybe a transmission flush, but it's coolant too, man. You got to have the right stuff in there, or your car's going to be freezing its ass off.
Oh, absolutely. Battery is another huge one. I know times are tough for everybody right now, but if you're going to buy a battery, make sure you spend your money and buy a nice quality battery. We have batteries here that you can choose from. We don't sell any junk here. You want to make sure when you turn your key, your car starts.
Right.
Again, that's a good investment. You want to spend some money on a good battery, because the last thing you want to do is be freezing your ass off, jump in your car to go to work, and then turn the key and not have it start.
I've done it.
Now you got to try and find a jump or whatever, and that's just a monstrous thing to try to deal with in the morning.
Yeah, it is. So you guys check that all out over at Vermont Quick Lube. You can put a tester on the battery. You can find out where the coolant is. How do you find out if your coolant is crap?
So we actually have a coolant tester. What it does is it tests to make sure that your fluid isn't contaminated, and also tests the degree of protection that it has. We show all you that when you're here. I'm a huge advocate of show, don't tell.
Yeah.
So, if I find that your coolant is bad, your battery's bad, or even your wipers, I'm going to have you jump on out and show you what I'm looking at. That way, next time you can check on your own. And, I'm not just trying to sell you some weird snake oil. You know what I mean? I want my guests to believe in me.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So-
another thing that people overlook are windshield wipers.
Right.
We sell wipers here as well, but there's definitely two different sets. We have a set for the winter, which is really it's more rugged. It's not as soft of a rubber. It helps scrape your windshield off a little bit more. It doesn't stick to your windshield when it gets cold. Whereas the summer, you're shedding more water than snow and ice, so it's a little more flexible. It cleans your window a little bit tighter for water and debris rather than ice and snow.
Right.
And they can be a little more pricey, but they're well worth it to make
hell
sure
yeah.
that you have the winter blades.
To be honest, we charge the same price, so I don't upcharge for winter blades. I don't upcharge for summer blades. They're all the same price.
No
and they come with
shit.
a 6-month warranty. Yeah, $20 a piece, man. I just want to make sure my guys are safe.
Well, I will be over.
Yeah.
I hope you do. It's always good to see you.
Well, I need an oil change anyway, so I'm due for an oil change, so we can do that, and you can do the blades at the same time.
Yeah, Raylene, and wait till Wednesday.
Of
Because you
course.
get a free car wash and flower for Ladies' Day.
That's my
you'd get
favorite
one
day to
at the
come
game anyway,
over
but-
there and get all lubed up.
Yeah, well, you guys take care of us. Raylene stops by, gives us snacks and treats, and we always love to see her. And JD stops by and gives us his JD-isms and picks on us. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying? I've never given you any snacks or treats?
No, you have not.
No, all you do is
And
give them
I'm pretty
grief.
sure Jacob has shoveled wings in your mouth and all sorts of stuff.
I came over there and threw some love at Steven, who pulled that huge spike out of Raylene's tire on Mother's Day.
You did.
Fixed a flat immediately in 15 minutes back on the road. I threw him some
How
love.
did that get in the tire? Who was driving when that happened? Somebody must have.
I don't know.
What? Oh,
I don't know who was driving. Probably Raylene.
probably.
Not me.
What about transmission fluid? That's supposed to be red, right?
It is. It's supposed to actually be like a nice translucent clear red.
All right. So when someone comes in and how do you know? Like, there was a guy that came in with a white Corolla not too long ago, and I think he had like 140,000 miles on his car, and you asked him, when was the last time you had your transmission fluid changed? And I think he said to you, I don't think I ever have. I think the original transmission fluid. What do you say to assholes like that?
You
So,
idiot.
to be honest with you, I don't think anybody's an asshole or idiot when that happens. I mean, there's a reason that I run a full service station, and that's because people don't know about their vehicles. I mean, that'd be like me, trying to ask you about your job. I don't know a goddamn thing about radio or sponsors or anything like that. But if, I don't pretend to either. So I appreciate it when people come in and they're like, hey, Craig, I don't know anything about my car. Help me out. Which is great because I love to educate people. Again, I'll pull you right out of the car, show you what's going on, show you what we're going to do to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's an asshole for not knowing what's going on with their car.
I am.
Basically, we check transmission fluid. Some vehicles have transmission fluid dipsticks, and again, we pull that out. JD, if you want to come down, we'll check your dipstick out for you and see if it's rusty or yucky. And if it is, we'll do something about it.
It's very rusty and about to fall off, I've been told.
I'll never forget when you guys took that in-cabin air filter out of my car, which was also original, and the shit that was in there. Oh, my God.
Man. Well, especially now. So now it's starting to get cooler out, so all the critters are looking to stay warm. So now is when you're really going to want to have your air filters checked. I actually had the owner of the company stop by, and her vehicle smelled really funny, and her husband was kind of laughing at it. She was driving around with a can of air freshener in her vehicle, and he's like, "Can you just check and see if you can figure out what's going on? I think maybe there's a mouse in her cabin filter." Pulled it out. Sure enough, she had a couple dead, like liquefied mice in there that were just. It was terrible, And thank goodness we found it because here she is driving around. Breathing that in, not knowing, because people don't know they have a cabin filter. They just know their car smells funny.
Yeah.
And boom, I pull that out and put a brand new one in, and she's rocking and rolling.
Some people don't know they have dead things in their car that have collected maggots, and until they have 500 flies that have hatched and are in their car.
That sounds terrible.
Literally,
that didn't happen to you.
The asshat next to me, that happened to him. He calls me one day and said, I don't know what's going on, but my car is literally full of flies.
Craig, I had
and when I open the trunk, it's worse.
Craig, I had a bucket in my trunk full of earthworms to go fishing during the summer with Lily, and I forgot about them. I forgot that they were in there. So Billy the Fly and his beautiful wife came in and ate on that, and then they had hundreds of thousands of babies, and they were all in the trunk, and then they were starting to make their way somehow into my car. So I had all the when you have all the windows down, and you're on the interstate going 90, and you still have a car full of flies, there's a problem somewhere. And they were all...
I bet it scared the shit out of the flies.
Well, they were all in the trunk. I opened up the trunk. I opened up a trunk, and it was like a scene out of The Birds. I mean, they were just like...
Ugh, it still makes me cringe. It
Thousands.
literally gives me the EBGBs. It's so nasty.
But I've also had a dead. I don't know if it was what it was, a mouse, a rat, something.
right. By the time you found it, it was unidentifiable.
If you ignore,
Oh, no.
It was probably a dead bagel.
I've had those. I've had plenty of those. But if you leave a rotting carcass long enough, it'll get down to the bones and stuff, and then it'll probably
and then it'll finally stop stinking.
Sometimes it could take a couple of years.
Yeah.
Or
It's
you
like
could
little house turkey.
or you could just go to Vermont Quick Lube and say, the inside of my car smells like ass. Can you guys find out what's going on? And they'll most likely be able to find the problem. And you don't want to be breathing all that shit anyways. You don't want to be breathing that stuff. I mean, I'm breathing it. Lily's breathing it.
Oh, that's the biggest thing. And I pull it out, and what do you have in there? And I just start pulling handfuls of like nest out, and I'm like, guys,
It's some black oil seeds.
Yeah, I'm like, I know, you're smoking cigarettes. You may smoke cigarettes or whatever, and you don't care what you're breathing in, or
Right.
maybe you do, but your kids are also in here. Your kids are breathing this in.
So there's two filters. There's one under the hood, and then there's one in the cabin of your car.
Yeah, so basically the one under the hood filters out the air that your vehicle breathes.
Yeah.
And the one inside your vehicle, your cabin filter, filters out the air that you breathe.
Right. And you have to know the difference.
You don't have to know the difference. We know the difference.
You know the
so
difference.
all you got to do is come in and say, "Hey, Craig, give me the treatment," and you're gonna get it. We're gonna call you in. We're gonna check your oil. We're gonna check the air in your tires, top off your fluids, check all your filters, give your vehicle a good safety inspection. You're always going to be better than you were.
And if
you're always going to be better leaving
right.
Than you were when you pulled in.
And if you're a lady or you look like one, like Travis Payette, you're probably going to get a flower and a car wash on Wednesdays on Ladies' Day.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Thanks, bud. We love you, man.
Oh, man, we love you, too. We love you guys very much. I think it's so awesome that you think about us enough to, bring us treats when it's hot out and just call and say hello. That it makes me feel like I'm not a sponsor. It makes me feel like I am, that I'm your friend.
I love that.
You are.
I love that. What a great guy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Makes me want to go over there today and just give him a big
hug.
old bear hug.
Yeah.
Have you read all of the testimonials that are on the wall in the waiting room?
I've read a lot of them, yes.
At Vermont Quick Lube? My
Mm-hmm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about one of the predominant flavors of the season, cinnamon.
Yes, and today you can get cinnamon, fresh, hot cinnamon buns at Delicate Decadence.
Oh my God.
Right in the Blanchard Block on Main Street in Barrie. And how perfect will those go with the coffee that you're getting on National Coffee Day?
Yes.
But until you've had...
I have to go.
Until you've had cinnamon buns, you have not had them. I'm telling you, there are none better. They're absolutely amazing.
I'm a little irritated at Tim Bolton over at Delicate Decadence because I told him to give me a 2 to 3 day heads up before he makes the next round of cinnamon.
Well, it's every
buns.
Friday, asshat.
You think he would
Pay
have brought
attention.
a tray with you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you should have brought a tray with you.
I'm literally writing it down
I'm the
on my
co-host.
calendar.
He's the guest. Should be. Why are we bringing you stuff? Come on.
No, I just wanted the heads up that he was going to be cooking these.
Fridays, he makes the most amazing cinnamon buns
How
you
can
will
you-
ever have.
How can you say no to Travis? Can you say no to a cinnamon bun?
No, I cannot.
They're absolutely incredible.
I know how to say the word no, but not
You
to
can't-
something like that.
You can't do it.
No, not.
What a testimonial right there.
And I'm a diabetic, so
Yeah, they're
you know,
incredible.
I just have to go the rest of the day with no sugar,
Well,
so
but
I can eat one
here's
of
the
them.
thing about cinnamon buns, okay? So even though they have the icing on the top,
Right.
and they're full of carbs,
Yeah.
cinnamon is something that helps balance the sugar
Correct.
in your body naturally. So a cinnamon bun, even though it's super sicky sweet will not spike your sugar as much as some things will. And if you are insulin dependent, like you, you just take a couple extra units of Novolog and you'll be fine.
Or roll with it. Just cinnamon roll with it.
Yeah.
So
it all comes out in the wash. You're all right.
So I could go over there and feel good about putting down a half a dozen cinnamon buns, and then going home tonight and drinking a whole gallon of milk and eating a whole bag of cinnamon bun Oreos, because I know that I'm consuming cinnamon and I'm going to be healthier as a result.
Cinnamon bun Oreos does not sound good to me, but the cinnamon buns at Delicate Decadence sound absolutely amazing.
You haven't tried a cinnamon bun Oreo?
No.
Travis, you haven't
Never heard of them until just barely.
Okay. Next time I'm shopping, I'm going to get them, and I'm going to put down a whole bag.
Agree, Robin.
Right here. Yeah. So go over to Delicate Decadence today.
Yes, absolutely. And then I don't know what everybody's doing this weekend, but they could head on over to Jerry's.
Yes.
Sports Tavern, right there. Yes, right there on 30 Summer Street. Have a beer, have some wine, have one of the specialty drinks, play some pool, shoot the shit with some friends.
Right.
Just a great old place to be. I think I'm probably going to go down this weekend, spend a little time with some friends down there.
And what was that last drink that you had over at Jerry's? What was that again?
It was Fireball and cranberry.
Ooh.
No, it sounds. That's what I said.
This is a good face. When I go like this, that's a good face. That's like,
but I was thinking, oh, that's going to be weird. But no, it was pretty damn good.
Oh,
so
that
just
awesome.
saying. Yeah.
Can I just pour it all over myself?
Fireball has cinnamon in it.
I don't know. Yes, Fireball has cinnamon in it. And it's good for you.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Always thinking.
He is always thinking. He may have had a heart attack, damn it, but he's still sharp as a tack.
So we could go over to Delicate Decadence, put down some cinnamon rolls, then go over to Jerry's, put back some Fireball. We're going to be better,
balanced.
We're going to be better, healthier, frankly, than we were in the hours leading up to that.
Robin says Fireball and rum chata.
Ooh, I've had rum chata, but I haven't had Fireball.
So get over to Jerry's, check it out, play some pool, just relax, have a good weekend. They'd love to see you. We'd love to see you. So
did you?
We got to tell people that the DMV Express is down. They're working on it, but they're not so sure how long that's going to be before that's up and running. So we got to say that. Did we tell everybody about the movie? I forgot. Carpenter Park.
Carpenter Park.
So Carpenter Park in Washington on the 6th of October, coming right up. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Love it.
And that's sponsored by the Lambert Farm. It's at 7:00. So bring a chair, bring some snacks, hang out. And that is one of my most favorite movies ever.
And
just
bring a blanket.
I say bring a blanket.
Yes.
That's cold season.
It is cold season.
And maybe a coat and a hat.
Or a thermos with some hot chocolate or something.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
Apple cider and Fireball.
Yeah, or apple cider and
Who said
Fireball.
that?
Why the
Who
hell
said
not? But check it out. So a lot going on. Keep track of the page for community events, all of that stuff going on.
Right.
Go out, have a cinnamon bun, drink a coffee. And if you got pictures of the moon last night, as
harvest
you saw,
moon.
JD took a couple of pictures. We've gotten some pictures posted already, but if you got any, we would love to see them.
Travis, do you want to see my harvest moon?
No, he does
no.
not.
It was amazing last night. I was out in the backyard. It was like daylight. I loved it.
Mooning the moon, I'm sure. Sherilyn was probably screaming.
I was howling a little bit. What's going on with Powerball?
It did not go. So
Okay.
there's it's up to $925 million.
All right.
And the drawing is Saturday night.
What's going on with the auto strike, UAW?
I do not know about the auto strike.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Also, I heard that our government is going to stay open for 45 more days. Mm-hmm. So
they've cut some deal to keep us open until at least the middle of November, I guess.
can you imagine campaigning?
Remember what I said? Just keep kicking the can.
Yeah.
We're in this situation all the time, repetitive. It's
Can you
crazy.
imagine being a presidential candidate and campaigning while your government is
How about, can
possibly
you-
going to be dissolving?
Can
Well,
you
they do this all the time. Just
right?
this is their way of striking.
Can you imagine what it would be like to be protecting your borders without pay? Because that's what's going to happen.
Borders are so fucked up anyways right now. It's amazing. We have a warmer winter coming. You were talking about El Nino a little bit. Is that true?
Yeah, that's what their prediction is.
All right.
Is that it's going to be, we're going to get more rain and less snow, which is not okay. The temps are going to be warmer than normal for New England. And yeah, we'll see if that holds true.
All right. And what happened over at Twinfield Union?
So Twinfield Union, their a staff member received a email saying that there was going to be a shooting there yesterday. So state police,
Wow.
went to the school and they stayed on site for the remainder of the day. And school did remain open once they knew that nothing, they didn't find anything and were able to give the all clear.
Sure.
School remained open and they remained on scene.
All right. Good morning. You there? We had a call coming in, but I don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
There's
you were
probably
hoping it was
Bousquet
one of.
Movers calling
You were
you
hoping
back.
it was one of those. Yeah, probably. You were hoping it was one of those scammers, weren't you?
Yes. What else? There was something else here. We talked about the
That's all
harvest
I've got.
moon.
Make your appointment at Yipes.
Yeah, get the car undercoated.
Undercoated. Get your heated seats or your remote start or your WeatherTech mats and liners put in.
Don't wait on this.
Gear
kind of
up
stuff.
for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have a marvelous Friday. Heartless, October 7th. Forgot to mention that. Our community calendar brought to you by the World newspaper, Central Vermont's favorite weekly newspaper. We're watching everything that's happening, not necessarily in the whole world, but definitely in the World newspaper, which is watching what's going on here in Washington County and our communities beyond. FGB Theaters has got some movies that are coming out this weekend. Movie theater popcorn, Cabot Butter. We're going to post up all the listings of
We already have.
See that, Travis?
Oh, she's on it.
Already have. Travis and I are going to be going to the premiere of the Eras Tour for Taylor Swift. Travis is a huge
I'm
huge
so
fan.
happy that you're going with him now.
Huge
That
fan.
means
We're
that
gonna
I don't
hold
have to.
We're going to hold hands.
Oh, good. I'm so happy about
And
that.
sing Kumbaya while we're there.
We are. But that's coming Friday the 13th is the premiere at the Paramount Theater in Barrie. We'll be there. We'll be broadcasting live, and it's going to be
Do you know the
amazing.
tickets to the Jets games are selling for way more money because she's going to be?
Would you
Is
stop
that is not disgusting
Stop
or what?
it. Stop it. Are you serious?
It's disgusting. Yeah,
Because there's a possibility that she could be in the stands?
right. It's disgusting.
Stop it.
Like who the hell? Who gives a rat's ass?
The funny part is Travis Kelce's brother,
Right.
who plays for the Eagles, has a teammate whose last name is Swift. And that's the only Kelsey Swift I give a shit about.
Ooh.
Taylor Swift is
Whoa.
not that important. I don't understand the headlines about
either.
it.
Yeah. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Be safe. Thanks for liking and following the page. Thank you, YouTube subscribers. Don't forget to comment and share any episode that you enjoy. We're always live. We're always local. We're never edited. We got clouds again and about 61 degrees today for the high. Spalding High School football homecoming tonight. Thank you,
Thank
Mary.
you, Mary.
Wow. That's going to be cool. That's good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is
That's
what Robin
the
is
name
saying?
of the drink is.
Oh, that's
That
what
she was
it's
telling
called.
the Fireball and
Rum
rum
chata.
chata is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Have a great weekend, everybody. Love ya.
Hey, I forgot to tell you what Lily's line of the week.
Well, then tell us. Hurry.
So Lily says to me earlier this week, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. She has been pretty insistent, wanting to know how she was created.
Oh, goodness.
And she's almost 9 years old. I mean, she's curious, and she's starting to hear a little, some rumors at school. Mm-hmm. So, we sat down and we Sherilyn and I stared at each other for a good hour straight, and then we
And so that's how it happens.
pretty much. We had to, we told her our version. We weren't not prepared for this. We were not prepared. And then Lily says to me, so what you're saying is that, can I say this on there?
Of course you can.
So what you're saying is that Daddy gave the seed and I was in the oven, and we said, that's exactly how it happens.